Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Today is Friday, y'all. Wow, July the 30th. Oh, my glory. Can you believe we are already on block 11 today? Block 11 is the rail fence, y'all. You're going to need 3 colors of fabric for today's block. And here in a minute, I'm going to switch the screen over so you can see the fabric choices that I've made. And we're doing some straight seams on some long pieces, which for me is a little bit difficult. For some of you, you're going to breeze right through it, but I have a hard time staying straight with those long seams. Let me get this live chat working. There we go. Hello, everybody. There you are. Happy Friday. I believe that Vicky is hosting a Zoom this evening on Creative Crew. I could be wrong, but I think so. Last night I wanted to join, but y'all, Harlan's been helping me figure out a tension issue with my long arm, so we were doing that. Hello, everybody. Hello. Thank you so much to my moderators. I am so thankful for y'all. So before we get started with today's block, today is block 11. Tomorrow, Saturday, we're doing block 12, which is the Christmas trees, not the Christmas wreath. And once we're done with the Christmas trees, I'm going to bring down off the wall 1 row of this sashing, and we're going to put that together. And then a row of this quilt. See right behind me? We're going to put a sashing row together and one of the big rows of our quilt together so that you can see how it comes together. And then we're going to take a few days off because then I have all of the rest to sew together. That's just stuck up on the wall. Nothing is sewn together yet. And so I'm going to take a couple of days to get that quilt top together. And then we will come back for a 13th video. And I'll be showing how to put the borders on this quilt. And then that might finish up this series, y'all. When we do the borders, we'll talk about some quilting ideas for this quilt. And I'll hopefully have my mind made up on how I plan on quilting mine. To be really honest, as much as I would love to do some custom quilting on this quilt, I just don't know that I have the time to do it. So I might put a pantograph on and just do an edge-to-edge quilting with like some holly berries. Or if I can find some Christmas balls, a pantograph with that, something Christmassy themed, I'll probably just do an edge-to-edge quilting on mine. Hey y'all, it's so great to see you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I'm going to switch the screen over to my mat. Today we're working with long strips, 2.5 by 15 inches long, and we're giving ourselves a little bit of extra room to work with these strips. And you need 2 strips of 3 different colors. So here's my light cream fabric for today. Here's my green fabric for today. And my barn red fabric for today. However, y'all use whatever colors you want to use for your quilt. And at the end of today's video, I'm going to head on over to the Creative Crew and do a last show and tell for now. When we come back for the borders, I'd probably like to do another one. So if you're here live and you did not see my post, it is pinned to the top of Creative Crew. You have a few minutes to go over and post your newest progress of this quilt if you want to do that and get it in for the show and tell at the end of today's video. Y'all, I don't know if you've noticed, but Facebook changed yet again. The announcement section on Creative Crew looks a little bit different than it has looked. Have you noticed that? They're always changing something. Ooh, Beverly has a heat advisory. I know it's hot out there. I went this morning, first thing this morning, it was like 7, out to the mailbox to put some stuff in the mail, and it was hot. at 7 o'clock this morning. I have not been out since then. Do not want to go back out if I don't have to. All right. Here's our rail fence, y'all. To make this block, we're going to start by sewing some string sets. We're going to take each one of these fabrics and we're going to join them together in whichever order you want them to be in. But whatever order you do this first set, you're going to repeat that same order for the second set. So both sets will look identical to each other. And we're going to be sewing this, pardon me, I'm drinking a Pepsi. It always makes me lose my voice. 1/4-inch seam allowance, or if you're like me, you might need to use that scant 1/4-inch. Let me get that set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 notches over. We're going to take this middle section and we're flipping it over on the first one. And y'all, I'm going to be going nice and slow, little bits at a time, just so I can try to stay as straight as possible. All right. Miss Pat, I don't know if you see the box back behind me. I just checked my P.O. box yesterday and it was there waiting for me. I was so excited. Okay. We are moving over to the sewing machine. We're going to get started sewing of these long strips. Try to keep those edges nice and straight with one another. The straighter you go, the more success you're going to have with these pieces, okay? All right, here we go. Here we go. I sort of have to break up these long seams. Ooh, let me fix that so it'll stop zooming in and out. These long seams into several different sections. That's the only way I'm going to stay straight with these pieces. And this is kind of blending in with my table. Some people can just zip right on through this. Easy peasy. All right, there's our first one. We're not switching back and forth, back and forth. I'm just going to finger press this open. And we'll be adding the barn red color next. And I'm going to add my barn red color to my cream color here. So right there, we're flipping that over and lining those up. It's so funny how some things I can just do so quick, and you would think that this would be so easy. But for me, I have to really focus and pay attention all the way down. All right, so that first set is together. We're going to bring over the next set and get that started too. Ooh, I got strings everywhere. We're going to go ahead and so the first seam of the second set. So now let's separate those. This is our first set. I'm going to set that one right aside. We're going to press it here in a second. We're going to open up this second set. And in the same order as the first one, we're going to bring in the third piece. So mine, the order is just like this. And we're sewing. I just want to take a second while I'm sewing this long seam and just say a huge thank you to everyone who commented on Alexis's post over on Creative Crew today. And thank you so much, Alexis, for posting that. Yesterday I was having a bit of a rough day. And you might not be able to tell during the video yesterday, but I was struggling with something yesterday. And so I really appreciate all the kind words and encouragement. And just know that I appreciate y'all watching these videos as much as you appreciate the fact that they're here. And I think I've managed to stay pretty straight on these. Now we get to press them open. Let me get this iron warming up because she's been asleep for about 2 hours. She needs to heat back up. Thank y'all so much. Sherry said the struggle is real. It is. Oh my glory. Do you ever feel like sometimes you just have to put on a suit of armor and you really have to guard your eyes from what you see? Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. And yeah, I was having kind of a rough day. I was in a rough place in my head yesterday. And that would have all been prevented if I would have not just opened up Facebook yesterday, right? Oh my glory. Some days I'm like, Lisa, don't even go. Don't even open it up. Wanda, you got it yesterday. Oh, you got it today. And they even sent a book by Eleanor Byrne. She's one of my favorite people. I love her so much. That's awesome. Sheila, no, I was off a little bit yesterday. I really was. And today I'm much better. Y'all, we have to press these long seams. There we go. And I'm going to be really honest with you. It would probably lay nice and flat if you pressed these seams open, if you took the time to do that. Your block is going to lay so flat, flatter than a flat sheet. Right? If you take the time to do that, but I'm not doing that. I'm just going to flip it right over and press it like this. I can keep a really good eye if I'm pressing from the front, just keeping those pieces nice and straight this way. So I'm pressing my seams not towards the middle piece, but towards the outer pieces. It still lays pretty flat. See, I'm just taking my fingers and just pushing that fabric over ever so slightly. I'm not shoving it so that it's going to get wonky, but I'm making sure that that seam underneath is all laying in the same direction. And poor Tommy, she's here. She sent me a message. She's like, did I miss the live last night? Did you go live last night? Many of you might have gotten notified that I was live last night at 8 o'clock. No, y'all didn't miss anything. Last night at 7:30, I posted the thumbnail for today's video, and I did not click the box and change the time. So it automatically just rounds up to the next, like, even number of time. So it set me up to go live at 8 o'clock last night. And I did not catch that, and I posted the thumbnail for today. And poor Tommy, she sent me a message. She's like, did I miss the live? So I did go back and change that. Just making sure that seam is all going in the same direction. Ooh, I like these colors together. That's pretty. All right, so once you get them pressed, you've got two units that look exactly the same. And they're a little bit longer. And now we've sewn them all together nice and pretty, and now we're going to cut them apart, right? That's the nature of quilting. Get your pretty fabrics, cut them apart, and sew them back together. We are going to be cutting these into sections. We need 4 sections that are 6.5 by 6.5. And so this strip set should measure 6.5 inches wide. And now we're going to cut the length out of them at 6.5 inches. And because I don't want them to slide around and I'm cutting sitting down, I'm going to cut one at a time, even though that's going to take a minute. I have a little bit better control if I do it this way. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5. There's our first one. Half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is my ruler going to fit there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It just does. So we have this little pretty scrap. I'm going to save that for something. So here's our first two pieces. And we're going to do the same thing on this second set. Wanda, Joann's might have some of these fabrics. I don't know. I have not specifically looked for them there, but they might. Nice and lined up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5. And half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I did it sitting down. Look at that. And here's another little pretty tidbit that I will put in my scrap bin because that's too pretty to throw in the trash. And I think we're done with the cutter for today. And now we can lay out these 4 pieces. And at this point, this block comes together as a 4 patch, right? I'm putting my green towards the outside. And she's going to come together just like that. Pretty. Okie doke. Y'all know what we're doing from here. I know you do. Judith said, I'm late for this very important date. Aw, Judy, I got your box yesterday too. Y'all, I felt so blessed. I had not checked my P.O. box in a while. So not only did I have some bills for whoever had the P.O. box before me, their bills are going to be late. But I had 2 special packages yesterday, so that was a blessing too. Thank y'all. Yeah, isn't that pretty? So y'all know what we're doing. We're flipping this second block over. Right onto the first one. And because it's a great possibility, just from here to there, I switch up and sew the wrong side. I'm just going to put myself a little reminder right there. And we're coming back to the sewing machine. Just trying to match up that raw edge right there. So there's the first one. in a second. We will press these two seams. And what I want to do, let's see, we had it going like this. And then we had it going like this. So that's my top and my bottom. And I want to press these two seams in opposite directions. So when you flip it over, if you want to press it open, please feel free to do that. But see these two seams? That seam just wants to gravitate to the left. I'm pressing it to the left. That's going to help me nest those two seams right in the middle because this piece wants to gravitate towards the right. Opposite direction. Well, my sewing must have been off just a little bit because I can see one of these pieces is a little bit longer. Pretty sure it wasn't my cutting. It's probably my sewing. All right, so when you're done pressing, just do a double check. Make sure it's all laid out the same way. Let me see if I can trim that extra bit off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5. Yes, I don't know where that extra bit came up from, but that extra bit is extra, and we're going to cut it right off before I even sew this. You ever have that happen? Just extra fabric just show up out of nowhere. We're going to trim it right off because it's not needed. Who knows where that came from? Unless when I cut that piece originally, I cut it too wide. I don't think I did. I don't think so. So now everything is a true 6.5 inches tall. Let's just double check this one. 6.5 inches tall. I don't know where that extra bit came from. It's a mystery to me. We have one seam left to finish up this block. We're flipping the bottom section right on over. And we're sewing that seam right there. I'm going to start by locking those seams. Let me switch it over here. Locking those seams right in the middle and then lining that up. Locking in the middle and lining it up. And we have a little bit of extra down here at the bottom too. That's our last seam for this block. Let's go ahead and give that a press. Just trying to see. If you want to press that open and fiddle around with that little piece, please do so. I'm going to press my seam over to one side, which is going to be real easy on this top section because that seam wants to naturally gravitate that way. Down here, it's going to take a little bit of finesse, but I'm going to do it. Ah, thank you, Trinita. See, I'm not really pushing on that. I want that seam to stay straight, but I am kind of in charge in telling that fabric which way I want to press that seam. So a little bit of extra care is taken when I'm in that section with these two seams right there. And then we'll flip it over and give it a good press from the front. Tommy said extra is okay, short not so much. I know, right? Let's measure this block and see. My scant 1/4 inch had been working so well on these fabrics. Let's take a measure and see where we're at with this block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and a half. So we're good that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and a half. So there's the half. There's the half. And I have some extra. Maybe this block did not require the scant 1/4 inch, although I do think I would have come up really short maybe, because I'm only long on one side. Let's go ahead and just trim that extra off. Right at 12 and a half. Yeah, maybe that's because of my scant 1/4 inch. So now we are squared up in exactly 12 and a half by 12 and a half. Isn't she pretty? That's pretty. Connie said, what about the clappers? I don't have a clapper, but I've had them in my shopping carts so many times because I do think that they work, especially to get those nice flat seams. Yes, but I personally don't have one. You win again. Yes. Today we're winning. Sometimes that's just a mindset we have to embrace, isn't it? Yeah, that's going to look really nice down in the middle on that bottom row of our quilt. That'll look lovely. Ooh, Diana's going to make a long clapper soon. Yep, I should invest in a clapper. I really, really should. Yeah, it stands out pretty well, doesn't it? It's lovely. All right, y'all. because I really love to show off what you're doing. I know we do have a couple of show and tells to take a look at. So we're going to head on over to Facebook Creative Crew. And at the very top in the announcement section, which looks totally different now, all of a sudden. But in the announcement section was a post for the show and tell. And we're going to go take a look and see what y'all have done. Anita, hello. Thank you so much for joining us. Okie doke. Let's head on over to the Creative Crew. My screen's going to look a little crazy for a second. We're going over to Facebook. And I'm not going to even open up my personal page. Because not today, Satan. Creative Crew. There we go. And I'm going to move that out of the way. And we're scrolling right to the announcements section. See how it looks different? I don't know if y'all have noticed, it looks different on the page now. If you go back to the last show and tell we did, it looked different. And so you actually have to click on it now because you don't even see the comments there. But if you click on it, they open up. See, there we go. Always changing stuff around. Whoopsies. All right. So Alexis was the first one to share her progress this morning. We're going to open up Alexis's. Y'all, Alexis is doing so good. She got quite a bit done because she was traveling and she's away from, well, she's home away from home. She's down in Florida. And so now she's working on these blocks down in Florida. So she got a lot of the cutting work done to bring down with her. Yes. This is going to be so Christmassy, Alexis. Doesn't that look good? Good job. Nita's up next, and she says she's ready to sew it together. Wow, Nita, you're ready to sew it together. Ooh, look at your rail fence. Wow, I kind of like the blue you used. Well, mine's made already, so I can't change it, but wow, I like the blue. Yep, she's all ready to start sewing everything together. Very nice. You've made some progress since we saw yours last. Very nice. Trinita says, here's my update quilt. I love this one because it has all my favorite colors and theme. Mine is different from everyone else's. I always say that everybody's quilt is so unique. We're all using the same patterns for the most part. Some people are changing it up a little bit, but it's all in the color choices and the fabric choices, right? Yes, you've been busy. Yeah, just like Connie said, these blocks are all so different and awesome. Yes. Next up, we have Jane. And Jane says, the borders added now. Oh, the borders added. Now to prep the backing so it can go to the long armor. I'm going to use a dark green fireside on the back. Ooh. Yes. Thanks for the great inspiration pattern, Lisa. I changed it up to make it my own. I think that's awesome, Jane. Take a look. Ooh, okay, look at the borders, y'all. Oh my goodness. Ooh, I really like the colorways of your borders. That frames everything so nice. So she's getting ready to send hers off to the long armor. I want to see the fabric you chose for the back. That sounds awesome. Very nice, Jane. That is gorgeous. That makes me excited. I am so excited to get to that point. And next up we have Deborah. Deborah says, ready for some free motion quilting time. And I think I saw her post earlier yesterday or today. She's going to be quilting this on her domestic sewing machine. Oh, I can't wait to see what you do with this, Deborah. But y'all look, she has this laid out on her bed. Doesn't that make you want to visit Deborah's house? I want to come for a visit, Deborah. This looks like home to me. This looks like I'm coming to your house at Christmas. For Christmas vacation. I love that star fabric. Is it stars or snowflakes? Stars? It looks like they're glowing. Who wants to go to Deborah's for Christmas vacation? Next up, we have Diana. And she says, I have enjoyed making this Christmas quilt with everyone. Thanks for all your instructions, Lisa. I am enjoying applique more than ever. Yay. Oh, you're coming right along. You got your mittens done. I see a little stitching or applique in your mittens. Very nice. Very nice. Your wheels block turned out perfect. Diana, you're coming right along too, aren't you? Gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Wow. I can't wait to see what fabric you're going to use for your sashing. Next up, we have Constance, and she's sharing her mittens block. Look at her blanket stitch, y'all. Very nice. Constance, you are improving. Look at you go. Look at you go. Look how perfect your blanket stitch is. I like that you used a contrasting thread. That really adds a lot to your mittens. I like that a lot. And then we have her wheels block, and this is the last show and tell for today. Look how good her wheels block. Y'all, I think this was the hardest block of this quilt. Look how good you did. Yes. You even have the extras on the side for your seam allowance, Constance. That's not easy. It's there. It's gorgeous. Good job. Good job. I just want to say I'm so proud of all y'all. I really am. There we go. Now I just want to address something real quick because I got a little distracted by a comment I saw that my lovely moderators took care of for me. Thank y'all so much. Y'all, this is not a swastika block. The rail fence While you might first see a swastika when you first look at it, it's not. It's missing some parts of a swastika. It's not a swastika. And if you're unsure, you can Google image what a swastika looks like, but it's not a swastika block. Yeah, all the quilt, aren't they so pretty? So many different colorways being used. Each one is so gorgeous and unique. The same pattern, yet each one of us has a different looking quilt. Yeah, haven't they done so good? Yeah. it's not a swastika. So tomorrow, y'all, I cannot believe 12 days have gone by so quick. Just to let you know, if this might be the first time you've joined me today, this pattern is free. It don't cost you anything if you want to get it. Even if you can't make the quilt right now and you're like, wow, I have 6 quilts started and I haven't finished any of them, there's no time to start another one. Grab the free pattern. Maybe you want to make it next year. It's in the description box. But when you get to this page, block number 12, there's a typo, and I have not gone back to fix it. It is not block number 8, the Christmas wreath. It's actually block number 12, the Christmas trees. That's the block we're doing tomorrow. Y'all are so sweet. Y'all are so sweet. I think so too. And I'm probably going to mess up your name. Ely? I think so too. Sherry, thank you. I've made progress on your 3rd quilt. I'm knocking that out the rest of today. I do have a 2 o'clock date with Miss Stitch Pennies today. But other than that, I'm quilting your last quilt. I've already done the first row. And it's turning out so pretty. And then the hardest part of doing your quilts will be finding boxes to fit them in. Hazel's going for the fabric tomorrow. Kimber's making 2 quilts. Sally, you make a really good point. You make a really good point about the swastika. And if we Googled it and if we did our research about it, we would be differently informed about the swastika. But just to clarify, the rail fence, it's not a swastika. Oh, I wish it was a lunch date, Sherry. I've been on a diet. I say diet. We're doing a healthy life change in the food we're consuming. And actually, I can't complain. We've been eating really awesome. And I've actually been eating more food than I normally did in the past, right? But I'm trying to boost my metabolism by eating breakfast and small snacks throughout the day. I wish I was going out to lunch. We have a Zoom date. I would do anything for a cheeseburger right this second. Beverly, I might have missed it, but I'm sure you did nothing and you're fine. Dixie Doodle said, I noticed you look thinner. I've lost 4 pounds in 3 weeks. That's not a huge amount of weight, but it's the slow little dropping that's probably going to stay off, right? I've lost weight in the past really quick and it didn't stay off. It came right back. But years ago, in between, right after my third child was born, I did something very similar to this, and I lost 40 pounds and it stayed off for a long time, like 10 years. Just recently in this last year, it's creeped on. Well, I don't want to say creeped. It's come on really quick. A year's time, it's come on heavy in the last year. And the thing is, I'm okay with the way I look. I just haven't been feeling good. That's the change why I'm doing it now versus 15 years ago. 15 years ago, but now I just don't feel good. I just want to feel good. You know what I'm saying? Sonny said, I saw where you like the Happy Planner. Do you still use it? And I do. Sonny, I use mine every day. Connie said COVID pounds. I think that has a lot to do with it, Connie. But another thing, I can tell my metabolism is changing in the last year. My doctor says I'm probably in the beginning stages of, what is the word? Menopause. And so I just think like all these things are changing on top of COVID. So I got like a double whammy going on here. Yeah, I don't think I have anything personal here. So let's take a look at my planners just so you can see how I use mine. I'm not going to flip through too much of it, but let's take a look since you asked about it. This year I went with this layout. They have a couple different layouts with the Happy Planner, right? And in this top section where it says intention, I do my meal plan, and I've broken it up so we know what we're eating for lunch, dinner, and breakfast. And yeah, I have not written a lot of my stuff down here this week, but yeah, let's go back a week. That was last week. That was the week before. I use it. If I don't, I forget stuff. I'm still forgetting stuff. But this keeps me on track. And I really like it because, watch this. I could take this page out and move it. Not that I'd want to take out this page, but let me just show you. You can get the special little hole punch like this. This lives at my workstation. And if I have a note, like my Zoom date note with Penny, I can punch a hole and put it right there like that. How smart is that? And then you can make up your own pages. There's all kinds of printables you can get. I'm trying not to show anybody's personal information, but I'm going to try to flip through to a blank page. A blank page. Here we go. Like this is my long arm quilting service worksheet for each person who sends me their quilt. It's all the stuff I need to know. And yep, so that's my business page for long arm quilting. Punch the holes in it. And I can put it in and out. I can add more. At the end of the month, I take all of these out for that month and I put them with my business records and then my custom quilt order form. I made these in Inkscape, y'all. It has all the questions I need to ask when a client comes, special notes. I keep track of my expenses for the commission, how much I'm going to have to send to the city and the state for taxes, and all that fun stuff. So yeah, you can add your own pages in. I really like that. And then this is like my dashboard. I can move this around if I want to, but it stays at the front. And this was a laminated sheet, and I punched the holes in it. You can actually make your own covers for Happy Planner and just buy the rings with your laminator. I've done that before too. So yeah, if you're on the fence about a Happy Planner, there's a short little demo, but pull up some YouTube videos on the Happy Planner and see how people use them. Yeah, that's the classic. That's the classic size. They do have the long, skinny ones, and then the shorter, little ones. But I need all the space I can get, so that's the normal classic size. Do you buy a new calendar insert every year? You could, but let me go grab this. I just pull that because I use it. I just buy a new one, and I use a coupon when I buy it. Here we go. This is the one from last year. So I just put it off to the side because it has dates. It has when I met with people, and I don't really want to get rid of this. And sort of also use it sometimes like a journal as well. So I like to just keep it the way it is and just get a new one. But I like to use a coupon when I do, because they're like in the $25, $30 range. But like I said, you could laminate some pretty paper and just buy the rings and punch it and make your own. I think somebody said, what foods are you eating to achieve this goal? Let me tell you. This morning for breakfast, I had a toasted English muffin and one egg that all I did was turn on the George Foreman, crack the egg on it, no oil, no butter, no nothing, and cooked the egg on the George Foreman and put the egg, slid right off of that thing, right onto my English muffin. I did skip a snack today. I'm supposed to eat some kind of snack. For lunch, I had a pita with mozzarella cheese and sharp cheddar cheese folded over on the George Foreman. No butter, no oil or nothing. It was delicious, melty. And for dinner, we're having boneless chicken breast on the grill, sweet potatoes diced, roasted in the oven, and what else? Corn on the cob. I'm having one ear of corn on the cob. That's an awesome day, right? And I'm supposed to have a snack this afternoon. I'll probably have some strawberries. We are doing one cheat night a week, so tomorrow night. And that's where we do our pasta meal, because we were eating pasta like 5-6 times a week. We're just doing pasta one night a week. So tomorrow we're having spaghetti for our cheat night. But it's stuff like that. And see, I was skipping breakfast and lunch and no snacks. I lived on coffee from the time I woke up till about 3:30 in the afternoon. And then I was starving, and you could not stop me from eating. And I ate up until the moment I went to sleep. That's not good. When I was younger, maybe. But not the way. I'm just not that active to be doing that. And I have not felt like really good. Do you know what I'm saying? So I've known for a little bit that I've needed to do something different. So I basically fasted all day and then just started eating and did not stop. So kickstarting that metabolism in the morning making myself eat breakfast, even though most mornings I'm not hungry for it yet. And it's also good too because I'm making myself come out of this studio twice a day. Because once I come in here, that would be it. So, oh, Sheila, you're going to do some meal planning. Yes. Yeah. I like turkey burgers on the George Foreman. Sonny said, now I got to get a planner and a and a Foreman grill. Oh, yeah. Sherry, you have done so good. Oh, my glory. No, I'm not going and working out. I just can't bring myself to do it, but I am changing the way that I eat. And so far, it's working. Sonny said, I'm hooked on fresh broccoli. Oh, we had some last night. Oh, everything but the bagel flavor dressing. Isn't that delicious? Yeah, Sonny said, my doctor eats something for breakfast, anything. I'm going to tell you, I wasn't doing it. My body was like, by the time I started eating at 3:30, it was like, we're saving all this because she's going to starve us again tomorrow. Now, Diana, I don't know if I could do that. No sugar at all. Oh, I've got to have my flavored creamer in my coffee. That's one thing that I'm just like, I cannot forgo the creamer and the coffee. That would be a struggle for me. And I got a sweet tooth. Y'all know me. Ooh, guacamole. Debbie, that's awesome. Diane says, I love fresh fruit. Yes, right now, cantaloupes are really good where we are. And the strawberries are pretty good. And we have some cherries and bananas. Miss Wanda, what have you missed 5 times? I think that's a good concept, Sheila. Everything in moderation. Yes. No reason why you can't have creamer. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Y'all, it's been so much fun. I am off to get ready for a Zoom date with Miss Stitch Pennies. I know all of y'all, since we did her craft room, have been asking me for updates about Stitch Penny. So I'm meeting with her today, and I'm really kind of excited about it because she said she had some awesome news to share with me today. So that should be fun. And then I'm quilting, and that should be fun. So I have a fun afternoon lined up. I hope you all have a fantastic Friday. Meet me here tomorrow. And y'all, if you see tonight, because I might forget to change the time again today, y'all. I'm not streaming tonight. It's a typo. We're coming 12 o'clock noon tomorrow, Eastern Standard Time for block number 12. I hope you have a fantastic afternoon. Thanks for hanging out with me, spending time with me and everybody else. Thank you. All right, where is this video? Here we go. I clicked off of it. Okay, bye everybody.